Hello, friends of the Therapeutic Recreation Program. Welcome to another Staff Spotlight. I'm Sarah,
And I'm Mark.
and today we get to find out a little bit more about one of our newer teammates, Mark Snow, with the TR program. So, first question, what is your role at the Therapeutic Recreation Program?
I am a program coordinator, just like you. I oversee a lot of our trips and jaunts into the community, like trips to the zoo or any of our social and community outings, including like our overnight camping trips and programs like that. Also, primarily oversee our adaptive sports program, which includes our bocce program and adaptive cycling. And then I also supervise our Discovery Summer Camp, which is our 6-week summer day camp for kids ages 6 through 12 with disabilities.
Mark, you mentioned daytime jaunts. So let's pretend that we're on a daytime jaunt and we are eating lunch. For some reason, you ordered a salad. What salad dressing do you order?
For some reason I ordered a salad. So obviously I'm not feeling well. So that must have been why I ordered the salad. It's pretty much ranch all the time, and regular ranch too, because you're eating a salad. So then you got to go like the fully leaded ranch.
Okay, fully leaded. I don't think I've ever heard it described
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, it's the delicious kind of ranch. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay. So we talked about a couple of different programs. What's your favorite program that's offered by the TRP? Could be one that you are in charge of, or one that someone else is in charge of, or a shared program.
Oh my gosh, how do you narrow it down to one? Let's see. Honestly, probably Discovery Summer Camp is my all-time favorite. I love camp. I grew up in camps and worked in camps and actually came to this job because of working in the camp environment. So I'd probably have to say Discovery Camp.
Nice, nice. Can you tell us what got you into the field of therapeutic recreation?
Well, it's a really long, drawn out story that nobody has time for, but I'll give you the short version, which is when I was in high school, I volunteered at a summer camp where my mom was the cook, and I went to help be a busboy. And when I was cleaning dishes and elbow deep in dirty dishes and plates and cups and spoons and knives in the back, all of the cafeteria area, all I could hear out front was people laughing and singing and playing games and having fun. And you're kind of back there working and you got gloves on up to your elbows and you're like, I kind of want to be on that side of the room right now. So that got me into camps, started volunteering in camps and working in camps, and went to school to work in camps, and then just kind of followed camp jobs around. And that's what brought me to Colorado Springs.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
nice. Do you have a bucket list?
I do have a bucket list, and in the wonderful state of Colorado, unfortunately, daily that bucket list gets longer faster than I can cross things off the list. But I do have a bucket list, pretty long.
Would you share a couple of the things on your list with our listeners or our followers?
Sure, sure. Bucket list and big outdoors guy. Obviously, we're in Colorado. I've never been to the Great Sand Dunes National Park down southwestish Colorado. So want to go check that out. How sand dunes occur in Colorado. Absolutely fascinating to me. Um, of course, hiking 14ers and getting out and being active like that. But the Maroon Bells Wilderness Area, the 4-pass loop, you can hike that. I've actually done it once before. I want to go do it again now that I know what I'm doing. It's about 26 miles and it takes about 4 days overnight camping, backpacking, and you're in the middle of nowhere. And it's kind of fun because the farther back you get, the fewer people you see. And at one point for a day, we were the only people we saw was our small group when we were out there last time. So kind
Very
of an
cool.
awesome to find a spot in the world where there's nobody else around. So definitely want to do that again. And I have been skydiving before, and I want to go back and do that again in Colorado. Went down by the Royal Gorge and got to see beautiful sights. So definitely want to do that again.
You, quite the high adventure guy. Wow.
Yeah, kind of have. Yeah, I do it.
So, rumor has it one of your hobbies is baking. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Cat's out of the bag on that one, huh?
Yep.
Baking. Gosh, I've never been like a cupcake or like a cake fan as much as like just straight up cookies. So probably my go-to is a dark chocolate chip cookie. regular plain Nestle Toll House, like hit the road. That's what I want. Nothing beats a fresh baked cookie in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. All
Plus, they're
right.
really hard to screw up, so I feel like that's a good recipe for me.
Well, have you had a couple of mess ups with some
I
baking?
have once or twice.
Mm.
I made what would be argued as a southern version of cookies, where I doubled the recipe for butter and only butter.
Oh,
And so, if you've never seen a brownie, when I made these, they were brookies actually. They came out as brownie in the top, in the middle, and butter on the bottom. And so they
oh.
were about equal parts baked good, equal parts butter. So
Hmm.
little heavy, very nutritious. Something you'd
Hmm.
want to take in one of those back wilderness trips that I was talking about, where you need a lot of energy right away.
Maybe have a salad on the side to help
Maybe-
cut the butter.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit, something to cut. It was a lot of butter, and it was a massive mistake. It was a oversight on my part.
Okay. And for those who aren't familiar, brookies are.
They're brownies and cookies, and you make the cookie layer, and then you pour in brownie batter on top of the cookie layer, and then you bake it like in a 9x9 pan, and it makes a layer of brownie and cookie. And it's when you can't decide if you want cookies or brownies, you can just make them together, and then you've got both.
Oh, best of both worlds. Sounds
Yeah, it's
amazing.
pretty delicious.
Sounds amazing.
Add some ice cream, a la mode. Yeah.
Nice. Well, switching gears a little, if someone was to create a movie about your life, what would the title of the movie be?
Oh, what would the title of the movie be? Probably. You remember, the TV show Pee Wee's Big Adventure, something
Mm-hmm.
along those lines, but probably, I'd probably say like 3 states of mind. Yeah, 3 states of mind. So I grew up in Missouri, and that kind of was like my formative years, and really spent a lot of time with family, and kind of got my bearings on the outdoors and what I like to do outside. There's not a ton to do outside, so you kind of have to figure out what's fun and follow it in Missouri. Then I went to Texas, where I went to school and worked at summer camps, and really loved it, and realized it was way too hot, and it was just not my environment. And so got the heck out of there and ended up in Colorado. Not ended up, definitely chose to go to Colorado, where I spent a lot of my more professional years growing and learning. So 3 states of mind, where I learned a lot about myself, and then learned a lot about what I want to do for my career. And then I learned about my career in Colorado. So that probably my role would be reprised by Liam Neeson, of course. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
We
So
have
there
the
might
same
be
skills
some.
and abilities.
You guys look very similar,
Right.
similar accents.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Henry Cavill, the Superman, he could probably do it.
Mm.
Who's the guy who played Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, especially because I'm, basically could marry Blake Lively. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I've got some options. Luckily, the producers got something to work with when they put that together.
Sounds like you've really thought about this.
Really thought about it once or twice.
Okay. Since we have these lovely feathers on, if you were an animal, what animal would you be and why?
Oh my god.
Perhaps something like a bird?
Probably not. I don't know about you, but I'm itchy. These things
It's
are
very itchy.
So probably not a bird. Giraffes are really cool, but I think the animal that just lives his life the best and doesn't care is a hippopotamus. Don't you think like a hippopotamus just is like in the mud, crocodiles, doesn't matter, he doesn't care, doesn't have a care in the world, just kind of does his thing, doesn't care what he looks like, hangs out in the sun too much, just gets muddy and whatever. So, plus, have you ever seen a hippopotamus eat a watermelon? It's
I have not.
It's like if you picked up a marshmallow and you squeeze it. That's what a hippopotamus can do to a watermelon. They just crush it.
Nice.
Really
Okay.
So
Okay.
probably a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus. Okay. Last question. If it could rain any sort of food, what would you choose? No longer are there raindrops. of water. There's raindrops of.
It doesn't matter the impact onto the environment, right?
You're right. It's not a negative impact to the environment. It's a happy world right now.
Man, in all of my world travels that have been very limited, in all of my baking travels, there is nothing, and I don't think this is my final answer, but there's nothing that beats fresh Mexican vanilla, fresh vanilla bean, fresh vanilla. My parents travel a lot, and they bring me the vanilla that I use in my recipes because it comes from all over the world, or typically from Mexico. And I will measure it out into the recipe and mix it in, and then the measuring spoon, I'll smell it and smell it and smell it before I put it in the dirty sink because it smells so good. But that only smells good. I don't feel like that tastes good. So if it could,
no, I don't think that tastes very good.
Probably no, it doesn't. If it could rain anything, I would probably say boneless buffalo wings. Pretty spicy, pretty bite-sized, like maybe even like a popcorn chicken, but like buffalo popcorn chicken. So you just kind of like snacking on your way to your next meeting.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good question though. That's a really hard question. I wonder what everybody else would do. So
yeah, but it's your rain, so it's what you want it to be.
So then, yeah. So there you go. So that would be my answer on that.
Okay, nice. Well, thank you, Mark, for all your answers and for dressing so nicely today. You look fabulous.
This hair doesn't happen overnight, but good news is it's now bulletproof. So yeah, I put enough product in it. So
okay. Just so you know, we all fully expect you to do programs with that hair. That's the expectation.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I keep growing it out, I might be able to just really get a good mohawk going, but I kind of got a half mohawk, a hawk going, I guess.
It's a hawk, just not a mohawk, just a hawk.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Maybe I have to borrow a feather boa, but yeah.
Okay. Any last words before we sign off?
I just really excited to be part of the team. It's been 2 years, and we're looking forward to so many more fun years and activities of fun stuff coming up in the future.
Nice. Thank you. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Be prepared for more staff spotlights to come. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.